I picked this book up for just a couple bucks, and with a little clean and press at home that I did myself, I more than tripled the value of my investment. I was really happy about this one. What's going on, everybody? Matt here with Patriot Comics. Welcome to today's video. First off, I wanted to do a quick update about my last video that I posted. If you haven't seen it, check the link down below. I ended up getting a Wolverine issue #1, the first appearance of Wolverine as Patch, the first ongoing Wolverine series. Really awesome book, great cover. And I ended up getting it for a killer deal. I only paid $14 for it. I ended up buying it off of Whatnot from a seller that was selling out of a storage unit. And he was throwing comics up, 5 comic lots, starting them at $1. And I ended up getting 7 comic books for $14. And one of those books was that Wolverine #1. But it was in really rough shape. Here's the book that I saw in the lot. Oh man, this thing, look at this. Look at the condition of this thing. This is gonna need a serious clean and press. But you know what? It's really not too bad. There's not that many color breaks and spine ticks. Huh, you know what? I'm actually really surprised here. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Honestly, I thought it was going to be pretty low grade, but I'm pleasantly surprised. It was not bagged and boarded. It was in a box in a storage unit out in California. It made its way all the way to me in New Jersey. And the book was, very rippled and just a lot of waviness to it. It was in kind of rough shape, but I ended up cleaning it and pressing it, and man, did it come out really beautiful. I'm going to show you what it looks like now after a nice clean and press that I did myself here at my house, and I'm really happy with the results. So as I said in the intro to this video, I basically more than tripled the value of my investment on this particular book. I paid $14. I cleaned, I pressed it. It's looking probably like a 7.0 to an 8.0. I would say it's got some tanning on the back cover. But the comic book now is definitely worth probably around $40 to $60, depending on where you're selling it. But really excited about this, especially since I got it for such a great deal. Let's take a look at the comic, and I'll show you how beautiful it ended up coming out. So here is the book in question. It is nice and flat now. I mean, this thing before was so wavy and wrinkled. It is gorgeous now. And I was so pleasantly surprised on how little spine ticks it had. It does have one little color breaking tick right there. It's got a little bit of something going on in that bottom left corner, but the rest of the spine is really nice. The whites could definitely be whiter. I do not have a blue light or any of the equipment to remove tanning and staining. You can use like hydrogen peroxide and a blue light, and they make cool little setups where you can actually make all the whites on your comic brilliant white. I don't have that setup. All I have is my press, and but I think still for what I have and what I did, I think it ended up coming out beautifully. I do have it in a Mylar sleeve with 2 backing boards, and that is just my favorite way to present and store all my key comics. I'm really excited about this one. I think it came out just gorgeous. Let's pop it out of the Mylar and take a look. So here you go. Look at that book. It is nice and flat. Beautiful. The cover actually looks really good. Very pleasantly surprised with the condition on this book. And then we'll flip it over here and I'll show you the back. It does still have that tanning, which is unfortunate. Definitely brings the grade down. But if you can find somebody that has the proper equipment to do tanning and stain removal, I can do a little bit here at my house with just some hydrogen peroxide and distilled water. But having the blue light setup really, really helps. So, the back cover, it's got a little bit of these little scratches and hazing on the black ink. And of course, it has that tanning, which, if I really wanted to, I could take the extra effort and go ahead and have somebody remove the tanning or try to work on it a little bit more myself. But honestly, this book, it's not like it's a $1,000 book. It's more of like a $50 or $60 book, or a little bit less depending on where you're selling it. But still, I think for $14, the pressing, the cleaning came out really well. And I know a lot of our subscribers here were commenting on me doing an update video, and I just wanted to show all of you that it ended up coming out beautiful and definitely worthwhile to clean and press it. And like I said, basically tripled the value of my investment on this particular book. So real quick, I wanted to show you my comic book pressing station. It's my tool bench where I keep my comic book press and all the little tools and stuff that I use. If you haven't seen it already, I actually have a video posted here on the channel that shows a step-by-step detailed process of how I clean and press books here at home. I go step-by-step. I show all the little details of how I personally do things. Of course, everybody does things a little bit different, which is totally cool, but I show you how I do my process of cleaning and pressing. But real quick, I'm going to show you what I have here at home and talk a little bit about that. So right now, my comic book pressing station is being bombarded by trading cards and coins and random stuff like copper bars that I make myself, but that's a whole nother video. Here is my comic book press. I got this off of Amazon for about $150. The brand is called Better Sub. I mean, these are made in China. They're nothing special. What it is a 15-inch by 15-inch heat press, mainly used on t-shirt pressing, but these work great for pressing comics. It has a clamshell design where this lever pops up, opens up, and then clamps down and puts a nice pressure on your comic. You can also adjust the pressure here with this knob. You can set all the settings here, the heat and a timer and all that good stuff. But this is the comic book press. Like I said, it's 15 inches by 15 inches. And when you lift the lever up, it pops open like this. And inside is the different things that I use here. I have like a Teflon sheet. I have magazine size backing boards. I also have, some thicker like art paper that I use to put in between the covers and of course, the backing boards, which go in the center of the book where the staples are. I also use parchment paper, nothing fancy, just the stuff you get at Walmart. And, as layers of protection and, to keep anything from sticking together. I also use this stainless steel plate, which I lay on here because the press itself has a rubber bottom. The top here, where the heat comes from, is metal, but the bottom is like a rubber because it's meant for t-shirts. But to get a nice solid surface, I put this stainless steel plate down. It won't rust, and it's just a good piece to have to keep a solid surface. And, it just works really well for me. And as you see, you just take the lever here, you clamp down, and it locks in place. And then, you set your settings and all that good stuff. Check my video. I go through this with a detailed process of how I do it all. I also use a steamer here, just a regular old humidifying steamer that you would use for clothing. You fill it with water, you turn it on, it produces steam, but that allows you to eliminate a lot of the creasing and wrinkles in your comics, in the covers. It works really well to introduce moisture into the comic before you press it. So this is my little station. It's a little bit of a mess right now. I apologize. I have stuff everywhere. But this Better Sub 15 by 15 clamshell heat press that I got off of Amazon for about $150. It works perfectly. I've never had any issues, and it makes my comics look wonderful. So I'm really happy I purchased this. I mean, it's paid for itself multiple times over. Really happy about that. All right, so to conclude this video, I just want to throw up some footage that I actually posted already in a video, but for some reason, YouTube decided they didn't want to share it with anybody. I have almost 3,000 subscribers right now, and it only had like 400 views, so I feel like only a small percentage of my subscribers even got to see this video. So I'm just going to throw it up at the end here, and I think it's really cool. I think there's some amazing stuff to be shown, and I really just want to share with all of you. So if you didn't get to see it, continue watching and check out these really amazing pieces that I picked up at a local comic book shop.
The funny thing about that is, and it's not even a funny joke, but it's kind of funny in retrospect, is that like someone as a kid 30 years ago put 69 on it instead of 66.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That is so funny.
It's normally kind of unfunny, but that's hilarious because it's like a 30-year-old joke on a very expensive piece.
I know, right? That is so good. And he did it on the front too. That is awesome.
Yeah, you got both sides.
All right, so I think I'm gonna take these 4. Those are pretty awesome. These are all really cool too, but I have most of these except for him, of course. He's freaking awesome. Super cool. 10 back April was cool. I don't have any 10 backs yet, but lots of carded turtles and some loose figures here. Wingnut, Ray Fillet, Scumbug, Anthrax, which is awesome. But I think we're gonna do the Foot Soldier complete, King Lionheart complete, and Mona Lisa is pretty awesome. All complete. I think I'm gonna have to do that one. Pretty cool. Some cool keys up on the wall. Lots of good stuff. Comics everywhere. Bronze Age, Silver Age, cool stuff here. Bronze Age Marvel for $2. Can't beat that. Werewolf. Can't beat Bronze Age Marvel for $2. That's a good deal. That's pretty awesome. So many cool toys. Dollar bins. Lots of stuff. Lots of toys too. Vintage toys. Vintage Star Wars, Power of the Force. Some cool Godzilla and robots. Thundercats, He-Man. Extreme Dinosaurs. G1 Transformers. Pretty awesome. All right, everybody, so I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed what you saw. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content just like this, and ring that notification bell so you can see when I upload my next video. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.